Hey guys, welcome back. Wanted to talk about something that is I think a much larger challenge, a much larger situation than what most people realize. It's something that I struggle with, and in my walk of trying to become a better Christian, I understand it's a problem, and I understand it's an issue, and not everybody has this issue, and I think most people who have this issue don't realize that maybe it is sinful. In fact, I'm gonna say it is. It is an issue, and when it's pointed out, it hurts. And what makes it worse is one, the social acceptability of it, in a sense, but two, it's not impossible to get rid of. So what am I talking about? Well, I was just watching a video from a gentleman that is a pastor, and he's an overweight pastor. I'm overweight as well, and I've always struggled with my weight, and it's been an issue on trying to figure out how to lose weight ever since kindergarten. I was the fattest kid in kindergarten, and I have another channel just dedicated to my weight loss journey. That if you want to know about that, ask in a comment, and I'll be happy to share that with you. But anyways, so this pastor being overweight has gotten a lot of grief that being overweight should disqualify you for being a pastor, or how can you minister to somebody's sins when you're in sin yourself? There's the verse of how can you preach, or how can you minister to somebody with a speck of dust in their eye when you have a log in your own eye? And I'm not qualified to chime in any educated way with that. That's one of these crazy Jesus talk situations. What I will say, though, is that being overweight is such a struggle because we are fighting one of the wisest, most in, ingrained, one of the wisest and most ingrained battles that we don't even know that we're in. Our entire food industry is crap. It is hard to get good quality food, and it's hard to get good education or knowledge on the food in which is available. And even medically, a lot of medical doctors and stuff now don't give good advice. And you'll have to go to my other channel to hear some of that. But one thing that I will tell you, a calorie is not a calorie. How your body reacts to 500 calories of sugar or processed carbs is different than how it reacts to a whole solid carb. Even a potato being a high carb item, but that whole potato, 100 calories of that is different than a 100-calorie cookie on how it uh, spikes your insulin and how your hormones and stuff react. So we're in a battle that we don't even know we're in. A lot of physicians don't even know we're in. And everybody's just reduce your calories and increase your calorie expenditure, reduce your calorie input, and you'll automatically lose weight. That's not how that works, unfortunately. So, about whether being obese disqualifies you from ministering, I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no on that, but I do know if you realize that it's a problem, that's your first step to being able to address the problem, being able to fix it. That is a true struggle. And sometimes, I think there's somewhere in the Bible that says to get rid of that demon is done through prayer and fasting. I think obesity is a demon that's on a lot of our backs. And I've fasted. And I've gotten to the point where I enjoy fasting, but it's still being needing food. It has its own things where if you tell somebody you're fasting, they're going to tell you you can't do that. That's unhealthy. That's wrong. Where in fact, it's just the opposite. It's very healthy. It's very good, but you can't do it unknowingly with lack of knowledge. So gaining that knowledge of how to get into fasting and how to do things, I think is very important, especially since we are so polluted with so many bad things that we don't have the nutrition that we need. That if you break those addictions of sugars and things like that first and then load up on the real whole nutritious foods that you need, the fibers that you need, the microbiome for your gut and everything that you need, and you get all that squared away, then you start easing into fasting. Then you can keep expanding that, and it makes it a lot easier to get somewhere with that. Um, because just reducing calories in my 40 years of being on diets, literally 40 years of being on different diets, reducing calories has never been a long-term solution for me. Has never worked. Yes, I've lost weight, but if you lose it and you gain it back, it doesn't change things. So that's a lot to unpack. Food industry's bad. Um, Fasting's good, but you can't just rush into it. Um, Normal process of dieting, reducing calories isn't effective. There's a lot there. Bringing this to God and asking Him to help us navigate this, because we are in a fallen world that is controlled by fallen people that only care about profit and don't care about your health in doing so. Puts us in a bad position for something that we need to live. That's a lot. Thanks for watching. Let me know your feedback. I'd like to hear what you have to think on this, or what you have to say on this and stuff. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do we need to dig into this deeper? See you in the comments.